Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning. It's about 8:37 in the morning here. I want to spend a little bit of time just doing a little bit of an analysis on altcoins. They've been going crazy. We've been making lots and lots of money in the group. And what we're doing right now is we're just kind of looking at things and seeing if there's anything that's, that really hasn't seen a massive move to the upside. So what I'm going to be focusing on today is exactly that. Just finding things that haven't moved, at least haven't moved a whole lot. Before I get into all this, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and just giving my opinion on the market here. If you do need access to our Discord, you can find all of that information on BitDoctor.org. There's an invite code here to our Discord server if you need access to education, all of our trades. We've been absolutely destroying things like Cardano, CRV, EGLD. There's been lots and lots of things that we've been just annihilating. If you need access to all of those, you can find all of that information on BitDoctor.org. And if you use the code TRIAL2023, you can get access for only $30 for the first month. All right, so if you want to give us a try, you can always go there. So let's go ahead and move on into the chart. I have a long list of altcoins, and I plan on spending about 20 minutes here just kind of going through a few of these guys and just to see if they're, again, looking for things that really haven't moved. So I'm looking here on a daily time frame. What I'm probably going to do is actually look on a weekly, just so we can get a real good view here. Some of these guys, you can see this BitTorrent coin has been doing tremendously well. It's gone up 114% just this week. What I'm going to be looking for, just for a little bit of clarity, I'm going to be looking for guys that look like they're about right here. We want to go back and take a look at prior support and resistance levels, and something that hasn't approached some of the lows from May of 2023. We do have some areas there that we want to pay attention to. If they haven't crossed some of those thresholds, that's where we're really going to be taking a look and trying to find things that that really have a lot of really good upside potential. I'm going to be looking at coins on a volume basis, so because there are hundreds and hundreds of options, and I don't have unlimited time, I have to get ready for the stock market. So at about 9 o'clock, and it's about 8:40 right now, I'm going to kind of cut things off and do a little bit of a transition. But I want to take a look and just kind of prepare a little bit for what could be happening this weekend potentially, because it's Friday, December 8th, 2023. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit quick here because I want to just do a scan, and I just want to try and find things that haven't done tremendously well compared to some other coins that are out there. We've got things like Cardano that have just kind of exploded here recently. So what hasn't? Let's see if we can find anything that hasn't. We're going to be taking a look at the Wave Master, of course. We're going to be looking for things that really do look pretty good. So looking here at at PEEP, that one looks like it's kind of at resistance. Not a whole lot of history, so I'm not going to focus on that guy. Shiba Inu, this one again. Here's a really great example. I guess I still have some stuff on here where I told all of the members on a Discord to basically to dump their bags, and that was all the way up here, and it went down 92% from that high. This one is actually, it's a really good example of something that really hasn't moved. If you take a look at this guy, you're taking a look at some highs here, and we're starting to see a little bit of a decline. If this thing pushes up through here, I mean, chances are pretty good the next level it's going to get to is about right here. So what's the potential for something like this? And actually, this is really actually a pretty good example that I think that from here there could be a potential for about 100% there. So Shiba Inu, something I would pay attention to. I'm going to go ahead and flag that guy because I think there is good potential. I'm going to go ahead and flag that one right there because I'm interested in Shiba Inu. So I'm going to go ahead and flag that. I'm not really interested in this Luna one. Again, it's already had a significant move to the upside. When I take a look, again at some of these levels I was just talking about, we've already far surpassed that, so I'm not interested in that one. XEC, here's another one. Looks like we've got tons of accumulation. Again, I'm on a weekly time frame here. So if we take a look at on a time perspective, how long has it been consolidating in this range? We can probably reasonably say that it's been consolidating for about this amount of time, which has been 441 days. So over a year, this coin XEC has been consolidating, and when I look at this, I think if it can push through this level right here, what's the next level it's going to go to? Chances are pretty good it's going to be going to at least right here, but probably in due time, it's probably going to go to about this level right here. So watching for these, and again, what is the upside potential here? If it can push through, and a lot of these alts are doing that, from here to here, that's 82%. From here to there, it's about 220%. So that is one that I'm also going to be paying attention to. Do I know what any of these coins are? I don't really care. All I care about is what the chart looks like and what it's kind of telling me. I do see that there are signs of bullish divergence here, and I do see that the Wave Master, it looks pretty good. So, as long as this guy can maintain price action above here, and as long as it can get through here, and if we can get a weekly close above this, it's probably going to move very, very fast. So just kind of keep that in mind. So XEC and Shiba Inu both look pretty good for some serious upside. Floki, I know nothing about this. This one already looks like it's already done a recovery, and maybe it can keep going, but from a support and resistance standpoint, if it was below this level, I would say this is probably a really great buy. But for where it's at right now, where is it at? It's gone up 94% since breaking that, so I would say that's probably a no. Let's see here. So this is looking like it's already kind of broken out of a trend, right? So we've got this trend. We have, resistance here, 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 here. Then it broke through, and what it's done. It did a retest here. You can see that a retest, and where has it gone? It's gone up, only about 25%. This one looks okay. The waves look pretty good. I think the Wave Master looks all right on this. The next potential target is probably going to be about right here. And then after that, we're looking for a move to about right here. So what would a move look like for this guy? So we've got, again, probably another 50%, but more than likely, it's probably got about 165%. So there's really good potential in this one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and flag this one. I don't like it as much as the others, but because, again, it's already broken out. But from a support and resistance standpoint, it's already broken through some significant resistance levels, which is going to be basically this diagonal resistance. And actually, this does extend beyond, right? So we have these support levels that became resistance from a diagonal standpoint. And I think this looks pretty good. I think there's good potential here. I've always been a huge fan of Holochain. This one right here, though, you can see, and a lot of altcoins did something very similar to this, right? We've got this right here mixed in with this right here. A lot of altcoins did something very similar to this, right? We had, a falling wedge. We had a little bit of bullish divergence here, and look at the Wave Master. The Wave Master basically was saying, you need to buy this right here. And all of the waves look pretty good. From the weekly, the green wave, it does look like we're getting close to a top. So I'd be waiting for a little bit of a pullback. Even though I like hot, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be buying it, right? I don't want to get emotionally attached to something. And Kiko, that's for you, buddy. I'm not going to get emotionally attached to it, even though I absolutely love Holochain. I'm not going to get emotionally attached. I'm going to move on. This one has already broken out of the wedge. There's already been a decent trade off of this. And granted, it is above that support and resistance level right here. Again, all of these support levels, and it's broken through that, and we'll see if the weekly closes there. We still have about 2.5 days before we get to a weekly close. If it can break through that, we can see another level right here. And then a more important one, which is going to be right here. This was significant support on this first big move down, and then we had another support here. So we can probably expect that there's going to be some resistance right there, which from where we're at right now, it's only about 77%. I say only with air quotes because, 77% is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But what's the downside risk? You know, the downside risk is infinite. You can go down to zero. This, you know, anything could happen. It's crypto. Anything can happen. You play the volatility, you play the momentum when it's there, and just kind of go with that. So let's go ahead and keep on going. What else is out there? This one, I mean, you probably already know what I'm going to say about this. There's no history here. There's, you know, unknown volatility. You know, it could go either way. There's just not enough history here to tell us where there's any kind of price acceptance, and that's really what we are looking at. All right, so let's keep on going. Let's go ahead and pass that guy. Spell. Again, whatever the heck spell is, right? This one right here already broke through resistance. I'm going to go ahead and move on. But in case you're interested, we've got an interesting level right here. And then the next level of importance is going to be right there. And then finally, last but not least, we've got, you know, some important resistance right here. I'm looking at these candle closures here, and the wick here for this candle. So I would say that 91.87 is probably a very important level to pay attention to. Again, only about 45% upside left on that guy. I'm not going to pay attention to him because it doesn't meet my criteria. Dent. All right, so this guy definitely had a major support down here at 568. We are above important support. Right, you can see lots of support here and here. We had some resistance, but back to support. Lots of resistance in July and in August of 2023. We broke through that. We found that as support, and now it looks like we're basically going to be on our way to some more highs. So I would say we're probably going to find some resistance here at about 1283, and then we've got some more here at about 2265. So what's the upside on this guy? And again, we've already done a retest, so I wouldn't expect that we're going to go back down here to 805. So upside, we've got 34% there and about 136% there, maybe 140. So kind of like Dent, I would be interested in getting some small, guys, please, small leverage positions in some of these. And when I say small, I'm really talking about like 10x leverage or less. You know, I've got a problem. I've got a real big problem with some of the guys that are out there that show like 100x leverage, 200x leverage. Guys, anybody that trades with that much leverage is not putting enough money into a trade to make it meaningful. It's not life-changing. If you put $10 into a 100x trade, well, that's great. That's great. But at the end of the day, unless you have like a massive move, you're not making enough money to really make it worthwhile. Increase your position size, lower your leverage, and you can do well. I've got lots of spot positions out there that basically have no leverage. Spot position, no leverage, and I've got a lot that are up almost 100%. That's doubling your money. And when you do spot positions, well, one, you can't get liquidated. And two, if you've got a good trade, you can put a decent amount of money. You can put $5,000, $10,000, $30,000. You know, I don't know what all of your, your working trading capital is here, but you can put thousands and thousands of dollars into a trade and turn it into a life-changing amount. And it's only been a few weeks, and there are lots of things out there that still look okay. All right, enough with that. I'm going to keep going. I've got 9 minutes here. I'm going to try and find some others that look okay with decent volume, because really we need that volume. All right, so Reef. Here's one that's sitting at the resistance level. We've got a level right here, which is support, so it's kind of in between. If it can push through here, chances are pretty good right there at 331. 3331 right there. Break through that, we've got another level right here. Again, we've got resistance here, we've got support here. Chances are good it'll get through that. If it gets through that, and this would be the, sort of our bull run targets, right? If we do get a bull run, I actually like Reef. I'm going to go ahead and flag it. What do we have here? From where we're at right now, we've got, 56%, 120%, 269, 500%, but it's going to take time, right? This is not something that's going to happen next week. This is probably something that's going to happen next year, right? We're talking like starting in March, April of 2024 and lasting all the way through December of 2024, maybe even going into 2025. So, a lot of us are getting into some of these positions in the spot because, think of it this way: funding on a perpetual swap contract, which is what we're looking at right now, this reef is a perpetual contract. There's funding associated to that, and it's always in favor of short sellers, right? It's very rarely in favor of people that are long. So that funding is going to eat away at your position slowly over time. It's kind of like theta decay on an options position, and that's just going to eat away at your position size, and you need to be careful of that, I guess is really what I'm trying to say. I prefer spot positions for something that I would expect to go 500%. I would not be in a long position for the amount of time it's going to take for it to get there. Now, certainly being in it for a week and capturing a move like this where it goes 25%, yeah, sure, that's fine. 25% on a 10x leverage position, 257%. That's not bad. But anyway, Reef looks okay. Reef looks okay. Okay, I kind of like Reef. Let's keep on going. Doge, this good old guy. I mean, it's got a floor here at about 5.5 cents or so. So let's go ahead and put this right here. Put that right there. We've got this other little intermediate level right there. And basically, back here, everybody was talking about Doge. The hype was starting on Doge, and there's a lot of people that are like, the hype is starting, so I need to short it because it's going to fall. But what ended up happening, right? I still remember this. I have a friend that contacted me, and he's just like, man, should I buy Doge? Because my friend has it, and he bought a new this and a new that, and it's like real money. He knows nothing about crypto. And I told him, I was just like, yeah, but you need to be careful, because this thing can fall just as fast as it goes up. So I warned him not to put a whole lot into it. But what ended up happening, it went all the way up, another 1,100%. The hype was starting right here because, what had just happened? It had already gone up 2,000%. That's what I told him. I was like, this has already gone up 2,000%. We got into Doge when it was down here, right? And my friend was saying up here, and it had already gone up 2,000%. I said, yeah, it can keep going up. Elon Musk can keep doing whatever he's doing, but you need to be very careful and don't just continue to hold forever. And if he did, it would have gone, all the way back down to his entry, just bouncing down here. He would have gotten bored and probably sold with a mediocre profit. But when Elon Musk went on to Saturday Night Live all the way up here at 70 cents talking about Doge, that's the time to get out. So these are the lessons that you need to learn. If you're new, these are the lessons that you need to learn. You need to get out when there's some hype around a coin. Now, what does Doge look like right now? My computer is starting to act a little funny here, so I'm not sure if it's going to. There we go. Let's try this again. Doge did fall out of this formation. I'm not going to put a line below because we already see the yellow line here. We broke out, so now where are we at? We're basically retesting some of this prior support. I don't really like Doge. I don't really like it because I think it's still too high. Like, of course, this guy is probably going to be the one to fly to $1, right? And it's at 10 cents right now. If flying to $1, that's a significant gain. If it does go to $1, we're talking about like another 1,000% from where we're at right now. Can it do that? Sure, and maybe it will, but I don't really like it. So I'm gonna take a hard pass on Doge right now. So let's just keep on going. I've got 4 minutes here before I'm going to go ahead and call it. This one, not enough history. Don't really like it. Huge pump and dump right there. So I'm going to keep on moving through. Lena, let's see here. Yeah, we've got some significant resistance here, and it failed it pretty miserably. We did get a weekly buy signal right here. The yellow wave is starting to cross up. We're actually at a significant resistance level right now. We've got these levels here. Candle closures here, support here. Lots of resistance here. If it can push through this, yeah, it's got potential to go about another 50%. I'm actually going to put a watch on it because I do think that there is some potential that we do have a little bit of a bottom that has formed right here, doing a little retest of this prior resistance. So this looks okay. For a move to the upside, we'd be looking for a move up here, which is really about where that wick is. If it gets back up to that wick, though, chances are pretty good it's not going to reject again at that wick. If it does all the work and it gets all the way back up here, I would say that chances are pretty good it's going to come all the way up here. So what does that look like? Let's go ahead and pull this up and see where that can go. At 335% from where we're at right now. So there's some good potential here on Lena. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to go ahead and put a watch on that guy. So let's keep on going. I've gone through, a couple dozen here, or at least maybe a little over a dozen. Let's see what else we can find. This one right here, we created a little bit of a lower low. There's a little bit of bullish divergence on the red wave and the yellow wave here. We broke through. We've got basically a level right here to pay attention to. And the next one is probably going to be right here, which is going to be this high right here compared to these lows here and this support right here. If it can get through, then we're talking about a move all the way up here to 18 cents. We're at 3 cents right now. So that's a significant move to the upside. My only problem with this guy, 500% from where we're at right now. My only problem here is we really haven't had a good pullback. And, from a support and resistance standpoint, like we just basically had a little bit of a breakout of this resistance level. So we've got support here, resistance here, lots of resistance here. We tried to have some resistance, but it broke through. Now it's starting to move through. So likely it's going to go here. It's probably going to go up here to about 7 cents from the 3 cents that it's at right now, which is significant gain. But give it some time, and I bet it's probably going to go about 500% from where it's at right now. So let's keep on going. Let's see here. Again, we've got about 1 minute here before I'm going to start, kind of closing things out. This guy, EPX, do I know anything about it? No. But, yeah, I guess there's some potential here. I really don't like all of the wicks. I'm going to go ahead and discount this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on. RSR. So let's take a look and see what kind of history that we've got here. Yeah, so I guess this guy has done something very similar to a lot of other alts. You can see the retest right there. It did its breakout, did a retest, now it's moving up. It's probably going to go to this level right here. And then once that breaks, it's probably going to go all the way back up to here, which is basically what started this downtrend line. And actually the downtrend line probably extends, all the way back here, which is what I would expect. And that's going to be the ultimate level right there. Lots of upside here, though. Let's just go ahead and take a real quick look here. 220, another 538%. I think there's a lot of really great potential here. I'm going to end this video looking at Bitcoin dominance. All right, Bitcoin dominance. We have been watching this like the plague. We see there's a rejection that's happening right here. Okay. I was waiting for a wave 5 to complete a wave 3, going down for wave 4, right? So this is the alt season that we are in right now, which we have to be honest, it doesn't look like it's going to be super significant. Let me grab my arrow right here. Probably going to see ourselves moving down here, right? So let's just go ahead and fix this guy up here. We're going to go all the way up to that high. And it looks to me like we're probably going to go down to maybe 50% dominance. If we get down here to 48%, that's a good alt season. Start watching for some of these signs, though, because chances are pretty good Bitcoin's going to take over again. We're probably going to see Bitcoin dominance go up to almost 60%, which means altcoins are going to bleed more, right? So we're going to get this move. Everybody is going to be just euphoric, right? And then Bitcoin's going to take over. It's probably going to make a significant move back to all-time high at some point. Just based on the way the chart looks right now, it does look like it wants to go back to 69,000, maybe even higher. This is likely when that's going to happen. When Bitcoin takes over, alts are going to bleed because the big players, they don't care about you, they don't care about me, they care about themselves, and they care about moving their money into Bitcoin because it's going to likely take over. The real alt season you guys are waiting for is this one. When Bitcoin makes that high, and in my opinion, it might be the last high, that's when things are going to go absolutely insane for altcoins. They're probably going to go nuts. Bitcoin dominance is going to go basically down the toilet, and we're going to start to see significant altcoins popping. And we're not talking about 500 600%. We're going to be talking about like serious money. So we're going to be watching out for this. I'm going to continue watching this guy because there is always the potential that this was the top and we're going to just continue to go down, right? That's always a possibility, right? We'll have to just wait and see one way or another. It does look to me, if we zoom out a little bit here, let's just go ahead and take a look at this from a higher time frame perspective, right? We are sitting right here, which is basically at this level right here. And this is from, like the 2019 levels. If we break through that, again, we're probably going to go to this level right here, which is where I'm looking at that 60%. If we get there, I do believe it's probably going to reject. The market looks a lot different today than it did back here, so I don't think that there is going to be likelihood that Bitcoin dominance goes all the way up to like 70 to 75%. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's in the cards. So I do think that probably we're going to get a little alt season, Bitcoin's going to take over, and then we're going to have major alt season. So we want to be ready for all of this, and I'm going to be here for you. I've been doing this for too long. March of 2018, we started our Discord server. If you need access to our Discord server, find out all that information on BitDoctor.org. There's a promo code for you to get access for only $30. And guys, with $100 trading capital, you can make that $30 back very, very quickly with some of the trades that we've done. And I'm not going to sit here and just kind of brag about all the wins that we have had. I'm only really looking in the future. I'm looking to see what opportunities that we have moving forward versus reflecting too much on the past. Because fact of the matter is, what's done is done, and now we just continue looking forward to what's next. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go get ready for the stock session, and this is Lotto Friday. So if you need access to Discord, all the information right up there on the screen. Find all the information on BitDoctor.org. And last but not least, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, and a great, great evening. Take care, everyone.